Alright, so we're going to try to do this. We'll see how good my hand-eye coordination is. This is Jenna with Horsin Around School Days at MTRA. And we put up a little poll. It was very, very short notice. I didn't give very many options, but it looks like the votes were to share this story. It's called The $80 Champion, and it's about Snowman, the horse that inspired a nation. It's based on a true story. Does have its difficult parts, but I stumbled across this book, I don't know, while I was shopping in Sam's Club one day, and it was about a horse sale near where my grandparents live, so I was like, oh, I've got to check it out, and I thought it was really interesting. Anyhow, so I'm going to share the prologue, and these are a couple preview pictures of the horse called Snowman. That is Harry DeLayer, who is the trainer and owner of Snowman as he goes through this story. And this book is by Elizabeth Letts. So these are all the chapters that it'll have. And there's a lot of amazing photos in this book. I think I sent the original book home to my mom. So I'm doing the prologue online, but I have another book coming to us, so we'll be able to have that prologue. A Night in the Spotlight in Madison Square Garden, New York, November 1958. The horse vans parked along 7th Avenue came loaded up with dreams. As each ramp banged to the ground, a groom held tight to a high-strung horse whose nostrils flared at the unexpected sense of midtown Manhattan. Hooves clattered down onto hard asphalt. Steam rose from beneath thick woolen blankets. Photographers' cameras flashed. Anxious tweed-clad owners called instructions from a distance while grooms murmured into their four-legged charges' ears. Police in brass-buttoned coats lined up abreast to hold back gawkers. Grays and chestnuts, palominos and bays, the most pampered show horses in the world, were gathered here for the premier equestrian event of the year, the National Horse Show at Madison Square Garden. A compact, sandy-haired man stood in the crowd of horse handlers, holding a slack lead rope. His horse, a big gray gelding, looked like a workaday police horse or a Central Park hack. Nervous thoroughbreds and finicky hackney ponies scrambled up the walkway to the stables, spooked by the unfamiliar clatter of their footsteps on the ramp. But when the big gray's turn came, he walked up, willingly, ears forward, perfectly calm. Above the simple canvas blanket that covered his body, his head and neck glowed in the murky Manhattan light. Inside the basement stables, grooms blacked boots and rubbed French leather bridles to a shine. Horses pawed and stamped. Their riders, nowhere in sight, were back at their hotels, primping for the parties and balls. Down at the end of a row, past much fancier stables, the gray's owner, Harry DeLayer, held a four-tined pitchfork. He was spreading fresh straw in the stall, settling in his one-horse stable for the night. Tacked on the stall door was a sign, hand-lettered by his children, Snowman. Madison Square Garden, the largest indoor venue in the country, would fill to the rafters for 8 consecutive nights. Down at the ringside, swells in top hats and tails would pop champagne corks. Up in the cheap seats near the smoke-filled ceiling, families would strain to catch glimpses of the gleaming horses and their elegant owners. In the lobby, reporters from Vogue, The New Yorker, the Herald Tribune, and the World American would mill about, flashbulbs popping as they caught sight of dignitaries in the crowd. Outside of Hollywood, it was hard to find this much glamour under one roof. Once, a ragtag band of competitors had traveled the show circuit with just 1 or 2 horses. Farmers and old cowboys who cobbled together a living from prize money and odd jobs, such as leather repair or horseshoeing. But by 1958, big money had entered the arena, and those old-timers were a dying breed. Now expensive horses and the best trainers vied for the crown jewel, the Open Jumper Championships, in arguably the most rarefied atmosphere in the country. How could Harry and his $80 former plow horse hope to compete? It was the longest of long shots, but Harry, who had fled ravaged post-war Europe with only a few simple possessions, had never been afraid to dream big dreams. So that's our prologue. And then we will go into the $80 champion. For me, I love an underdog story, so I love this story. But I will warn, it does have some tough parts, and I just kind of chip that up to life. I think life has some tough parts too. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you again next weekend. Bye.